Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest, most critical decisions any leader can make. You've got a product to build, so who's going to build it? A partner or your very own in-house team?
It seems like a simple question, right? But oh man, the answer, it changes everything that comes next.
And here's the thing, most leaders get this wrong. They just default to one option. We gotta hire or we gotta outsource without really digging in. Well, today, we're gonna change that. We're breaking down the real trade-offs, nice and clear so you can get this right.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Before we can even compare these two models, we've got to get real about what it actually takes to build a product. Because let me tell you, underestimating the sheer scope of work, that's the #1 reason these projects go off the rails. Look at this. Building a product from scratch end to end it's a huge deal. It's not just about grabbing a few coders. You're talking strategy, design, the whole architecture, testing, launching, and then keeping it alive and scaling it up. This is exactly where that simple idea of, oh, we'll just hire a couple of people, completely falls apart. It's a recipe for disaster.
All right, time for the main event. Let's pit these two models against each other. We're gonna look at the 5 things that really, truly matter. And we'll start with the one everyone's obsessed with, speed. And wow, right out of the gate, the difference is just huge. A product partner, they can have a whole specialized team ready to roll in days. To build that same team yourself, you're looking at 6, maybe 12 months of recruiting, hiring, and getting everyone up to speed, all before a single important line of code is written. That is a massive, massive head start.
Okay, next up, cost, the big one. Before we even get into the comparison, let's just anchor ourselves with one number to keep in mind. So yeah, to build that full in-house team, you could easily be staring down the barrel of $1 million a year or more. But here's what's really interesting and what this slide shows so well. It's not just the amount, it's the kind of cost. With a partner, it's predictable. You're paying for output for a result. With your own team, you're paying for headcount, salaries, benefits, new laptops, whether they ship a huge feature or just fix a few bugs. It's a totally different way to think about your money. Okay, let's talk about skills. This is a big one. A really good partner brings a huge advantage right from day one. Why? Because they built tons of products. They've already seen and solved the tricky problems that you haven't even thought of yet. Sure, an in-house team will eventually build that deep knowledge, but in the beginning, you're going to have gaps, and filling those gaps is always, always expensive.
But, okay, here's where the pendulum swings back. Control. And this is where, hands down, an in-house team has the edge. You get total visibility, complete cultural alignment. Your team is living and breathing your product 24/7. Now, I will say, sometimes this is just an illusion of control, right? Bad internal processes can be a total mess. But when it works,
It's a powerful thing. And that brings us to our final factor, scalability. I mean, this just lays it out perfectly. With a partner, you can spin up a bigger team for a huge launch and then scale right back down when things are quieter. It's all about flexibility. Try doing that with an in-house team. Scaling up means you're back to that long hiring game, and scaling down, well, that means layoffs, which are just brutal for morale and your company culture. It's a massive difference in how agile you can be. So, what's the takeaway here? It's that neither of these is always the best. Nope. The right answer completely depends on your situation right now. So let's get into the playbook. When do you choose which? You're going to want to lean heavily towards a partner if this sounds like you. If getting to market fast is your secret weapon, if you need to launch like a rocket ship to crush the competition, or maybe you just have a brilliant idea you need to test quickly without betting the farm. If you need a whole crew of specialists you just don't have. Yeah. For speed, expertise, and predictable costs, a partner is probably your answer. But, on the other hand, building your own team is the right call when your product is the company. It's your fortress, your secret sauce. This is the move for when you've already proven people want what you're selling. You've hit that product market fit. And especially if you're dealing with super sensitive IP or compliance stuff that needs to be locked down tight, well, then investing the time and money to build your own A-team is absolutely the right long-term strategy. But hang on, what if you didn't have to choose? What if you could get the speed of a partner and the long-term control of your own team? Well, guess what? You can. The smartest companies out there, they don't see this as an either-or decision. They play the long game. And here it is, the insider's play, the hybrid strategy. It's simple, really. You bring in a partner to tap into their speed and expertise. You get to market fast, you find out if people actually want your thing. Then, once you've got your footing, you start building your internal team and slowly, smoothly transition everything over. You literally get the best of both worlds. All right, let's wrap this up by talking about how to avoid the biggest, most expensive mistakes. Because trust me, no matter which path you take, there are definitely some traps waiting for you.
Just remember these 4 things. 1. Don't hire junior people just because they're cheaper. You will pay for that mistake 10 times over, I promise. 2. Don't just pick the cheapest partner. You absolutely 100% get what you pay for. 3. Get your IP and code ownership sorted out on day 1. No ambiguity. And 4, and this is a big one, your partner is not just a vendor you hand tasks to. They're a collaborator. You're paying for their brain, not just their keyboard.
So, in the end, it really boils down to this one powerful question. Look, there's no such thing as a risk-free path here. So, you have to decide, what risk are you more willing to take on? The risk of being too slow or the risk of not having enough control? Your answer to that single question, well, that's your whole strategy right there.